Oh,
All
sorry.
right.
The fuck
Okay.
is
Well,
there?
hello, everyone, and welcome to the lordly saints of the YouTube nights.
That's right. That's absolutely
Well
right.
played.
That
with-
was magnificent. Actually, I like that.
I try my best. With me, as always, is your Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey,
Hello.
and your Lord of Purple Penises, Jeff Holiday,
You goddamn right. Engorged and swole tonight.
and your Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents,
What up, though?
and your Lord over Plebeians, Wizard of Cause.
I'll take that. I mean,
All
at least
right.
I'm not the one who's like getting, cocks all hard and purple and then just fucking back off to the Waffle House where they found me.
All right, then. Because coming up with P words that sound fancy and dancy is hard enough to do. And I'm your Lord of Punishment, Scribe. Hello, chat, both ours and the others. And now I'll bow out to let Jeff and Wizard take a bow.
So we decided we wanted to do a crossover event about an hour ago.
Hey, you ruined it.
No. I mean, we've been planning this for like 3 weeks, guys. 3 weeks we've been planning this so that we could do like a crossover event because we all like each other, we all love each other, and fuck it, it's near the end of the year. Let's goof off. But there's a requirement though. There's an absolute requirement. You have to watch both streams. You have to. And we're gonna fucking check. And if you don't have 2 goddamn YouTube windows open and one of them muted, Nick is personally going to fuck you in the ass.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's no, he's dead on. And the other thing too is we negotiated this back in February when we came up with this idea. Where we decided that yes, any comments, any special comments you might have for the Lords of the Night folks should be directed to our Streamlabs.
That's not, no. See, the best part about doing a crossover event actually is because we can actually shield the other channels, Streamlabs.
Was that
And
the idea?
except he didn't.
They don't have to feel like horror. Well, Nick wasn't in on the memo. He's busy watching Black Mirror all night.
He didn't get that memo.
No. Listen, all right. Let's clarify something real quick. One does not watch Black Mirror, Breckenridge, or whatever it's called. You engage in it. It's an experience. It's a choose your own adventure movie about a choose your own adventure video game based on a choose your own adventure book, ultimately serving to prove no one actually has any choices in this life.
That's deep. That's real deep. But yeah, no, Jeff was kind enough to give a little shout out on Twitter earlier today to me and Monkey and Satsu and Weibo and SDA, and consequently, I just thought, hey, Jeff, this is a long shot, short notice, but hey, you want to come on the show tonight? He's like, hey, what about a crossover? And every time that I'd heard about a crossover before was something like, people from one show come on another show, and then we go on the other show another night. But he's like, no, we'll dual stream. Like, okay, is that something you can do? But I guess until we hear otherwise, it is. So welcome, guys, and thanks for having us at the same time.
It was like that time everyone from ER showed up on Chicago Hope.
Exactly. Or like when Law and Order showed up on Homicide and vice versa. I always loved that shit.
Or that time I Love Lucy joined the X-Men to save the Enterprise from
You ever hear about the Tommy Westphall universe theory of television shows?
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, this is an amazing thing. So there's an old show called St. Elsewhere, and it was a hospital show, sort of like.
Just time out and let me be sad that that's an old show.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. Anyway, so this was a pre-ER sort of hospital drama show, and the big twist of the show, spoiler alert, is at the very last episode, it was revealed, or at least hinted at, that the entire show was in the imagination of a young boy, because the hospital itself, you see the hospital from the exterior, and then it fades into being inside of a snow globe being stared at by this kid. Now, the interesting thing is several of the characters from St. Elsewhere showed up in other shows, consequently, like Homicide and a whole bunch of other TV shows within that same sort of era. And so, as a result, every character that crossed over from then on, like Munch from Homicide showed up on the X-Files. He showed up in,
Holy
Law and
shit! I
Order.
forgot about that.
Yeah, so all of these characters, all these interconnections of these TV shows, whether it was just passing mentions or sort of hints that they were in the same continuity or something, are technically, if you believe TV lore, all taking place inside the imagination of one child. And there's a whole, you can look this up. There's somebody, or I should say a group of people, have mapped all of the possible connections that exist in this Tommy Westphall universe. And
Wow.
it's ridiculous, but it's also kind of fascinating. So if you have a chance, take a look. If you're a TV or like nerd buff about certain things, take a look.
guess
I want
You guys got
to
a super chat over there.
I want a 6th degree of Kevin Bacon that shit though, just so that I can say that the last season of Lost never happened.
Real quick, thank you, tall person. Happy National Chocolate Candy Day. That is what this money is for, and not a belated Christmas gift. I know that wasn't what you thought. I'm just saying there. No more questions. Have a nice day. Well, thank you, tall person. Appreciate that.
So that means that the X-Files takes place inside of a snow globe.
Yes. Thank you, Johnny.
You know how
Hellcat.
hard it is to smoke in a snow globe?
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Richard Belzer holds the record for most character crossovers. Yeah, Munch has been in more, has appeared in a cameo on more TV shows than any other TV character ever.
Wait,
which is crazy.
Was that? Hang on, because I'm not really familiar with St. Elsewhere. So Munch, that was the same. Like he was the big guy from that Parker Lewis show, right?
No. That well, the character's name was Larry Kubiak. St. Elsewhere was before ER. ER had that actor in it, but he played a different character. Now, John Munch was in the TV show Homicide, played by Richard Belzer, a sort of half-assed comedian, and then he crossed over into the Law and Order TV show because technically those shows take place in the same universe now. So he was on SVU for several years and a couple other things. But in the course of things, Belzer, or I should say Munch, showed up in the X-Files. He showed up, I forget what the other ones, he's all over the place.
He was in the X-Files, fuck.
Yeah, for like an episode he showed up. So technically the X-Files takes place in the same universe as Law and Order because of all the connections, which is just bizarre. But yeah.
Oh, there goes my fucking head.
I know, right?
Diesel Dave says, "Sup, fuckers, driving in shitty weather." Then stop typing in chat.
Yeah, Larry Kubiak's in our chat saying, finally a man of culture.
Parker Lewis Can't Lose. I love that fucking show. They made that show because they couldn't get the rights to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then they did a Ferris Bueller's Day Off TV show and it fucking bombed.
They did?
Oh, yeah. And that way, the reason you haven't heard about it is because it bombed.
Yeah, me asking that, I guess, says everything. Yo, huh?
Yeah.
No, you know what I found funny though? Parker Lewis Can't Lose. I have to wonder if maybe like it was his hidden twin brother who ended up dying on the roadside in the TV adaptation of The Stand.
Oh God.
Wow.
Now that would be interesting because Corin Nemec, man. The only thing I know that Corin Nemec did after Parker Lewis Can't Lose is like Terminal Velocity with Martin Sheen or Charlie Sheen, not Martin Sheen.
No, he did. He was he was in The Stand and he played the
Harold Lauder.
Yeah, he played Harold Lauder in The Stand, but I did Terminal Velocity come after The Stand or before? I forget. Anyway, either way.
I gotta wonder though, did The Stand happen before or after Rob Lowe's sex tape?
Oh, that was
why they made him a mute.
It was during.
Oh yeah. Was it contemporary?
It was during.
Man, The Stand, I always love The Stand, even though it's, looking back on it doesn't hold up as well. But man, that opening sequence with Don't Fear the Reaper still gets me every time I see it. It's so good.
It was how I was introduced to Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise, God, that guy's an American hero. I'll tell you what. Thank you, Corey Suzuki. I guess there's no news today. No, we'll get to the news in a second, but we have like 5 hosts this time, so there's an extra sort of like
what?
Yeah.
Terminal Velocity was 94, so is The Stand.
Oh, so it's contemporary. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to pause, guys, because this is something we always do. We have a birthday. Which means we're gonna sing.
Oh, we don't fucking do that. You can have that in your own.
Oh, fuck it. Come on. We're guests.
All right.
Sort of.
Whose birthday is it?
It is Mega Man Chronicles' birthday today. So wait, let me get the introduction proper.
Okay.
I hope you guys are ready for this.
Y'all ready for this?
Mega Man, are you out there? Are you listening? Because this one's for you, and a 1, and a 2. Happy birthday
to you. 4 times the fuckatry.
Happy birthday
5 different keys for you today.
I can't tonight.
What is it? Times.
Happy birthday, Mega Man Chronicles.
But you're older technically now.
Happy birthday to you.
We don't celebrate things in my particular sect of American Judaism. I'm sorry.
Mega Man, I hope you had a great birthday. I really do.
All right. Well, before we get any further into things, got to get this out of the way or else people will kill me. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, hit that like button. Sorry, video games, hit that like button if you have not already. And a lot of you have not. And please share our stuff, both my stuff, Monkey stuff, Satsu's stuff, Jeff's stuff, Wizard stuff. And also look at the link in the description to both this link for the channel for YouTube Saints and the simulcast link for the other stream you should be watching right now.
Damn right. Get the view numbers up. It's the rule if you're going to watch. Otherwise, you can't watch at all. From one Canuck, Nick and Monkey, that's a lot of eargasm. The Fighting Hobbit says, right in my first book, Break Time with the Saints. Hey, good luck with that, buddy.
Also over there in the Saints chat, Ground Floor says, I arrived at the wrong time. Sorry about that. That's just what we do.
Did I come at the wrong time?
One thing, though.
We just say on that last super chat, hang on, with Fighting Hobbit there, writing his first book, right?
Yeah.
I was chatting with him actually a little bit earlier in the week, I believe. I'm bad with time, but I want to say this actually, like this past year has been a bit of a clusterfuck. It's been kind of shit, but on the bright side, though, I am actually really glad because I've seen not just Fighting Hobbit, but about I think 3 other people in the Saints family have been
writing books.
Writing books. They've finally said, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking do it, and that's all it genuinely takes. Now, getting the book written, that's a different thing, but starting it just takes the determination to say I'm going to do this thing. Yeah. So congrats and cheers to all of you, and I hope we all get published in 2019.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to do a plug real fast. After this, me and Satsu will be over on 2 Cents Plus playing 7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
And it's Friday, so this is the day we're giving out games.
Yes. Ooh, what are you giving out?
I'm not sure. I was thinking of Injustice or Arkham Origins. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're giving out.
Yeah, we give away games every weekend. So
yeah, no, but it's just it's. I mean, from the sound of it, it's this is not like, hey guys, we're giving away shit I didn't like from Humble Bundle this week.
These are good keys, yeah.
So, join us after the stream over there on 2 Cents Plus, and it's a good time.
I'm gonna play a torrented copy of Depression Quest, I think.
Oh God.
Oh, wait a second.
Speaking of The Stand, though, the movie takes a whole different connotation. If you watch it and you assume that Mother Abigail is like an aged whore, like a very, very slutty old lady.
Yeah.
Because you hear come on, Nick, you and all your friends. I'm 102 years old, but I can still bake my own bread.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Man, I love that show as a kid. I watched it so much. I read the book, it was the first Stephen King book I was ever gifted, and I read that thing cover to cover, and I got the unabridged version, and I loved it. I was just so crazed by just how awesome it was. And I saw the TV movie, and I thought at the time it was pretty good. I mean, Matt Frewer, you saw Max Headroom running around as Trash Can Man. That's great.
Yeah, he's great.
But, and I love too, because if you I mean, I haven't seen him recently, but at least in the time that he was regularly working, and I believe actually, Jeff, if you want to check it on Google Images, I'm curious to see what he looks like, because he's striking me as one of those guys who just in his mid-20s looked like he was a guy who was maybe 50.
Oh, Matt Frewer?
After that.
Oh yeah, he doesn't age.
He was in Altered Carbon for a scene or 3 in an episode as one of the. He was like a ringmaster for some kind of competition or whatever.
Carnage.
I recognized him.
His name was Carnage.
Carnage,
awesome.
yeah. I was like,
yeah, he was. Yeah, but he's also in Watchmen, and they actually had to give him prosthetics to make him look old.
Oh yeah, no, he did a great Moloch. I mean, for the sake of what it was fine.
Scribe, I'd just like to point out you have trained the audience well. They are yelling at you because we haven't had news.
Okay, all right. So let's get into the news. I've only pulled up 3 stories rather than the usual 4 or 5 because
we're only getting to 1. So
yeah, probably. And guys, just so you know, because of I'm not running the format for both shows, but we kind of decided that we kind of do the same kind of stuff. So
we're format free tonight.
Well, I might have an aneurysm if that's the case, but we'll at least move on with the news to start off.
That will break Scribe.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, news time.
On your shoulders, boy.
So our top story, California authorities arrest and finally identify suspect and 5 others in officer's shooting death.
Oh, wow.
So this is the guy that was unnamed, but they pictured him, but they wouldn't release his name because they weren't 100% sure that identified him, even though they'd identified him yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's see. A man suspected of killing police officer Ranil Singh this week in Newman, California, has been arrested. Deputy Blake Edwards from the Kern County Sheriff's Office said Friday. Blake Edwards, did you direct the Pink Panther? Anyway. The suspect was identified as Gustavo Perez Arriaga, 33, according to Stanislaus County Sheriff Adam Christensen. Arriaga was at a Kern County home upon being arrested. I also had a pepper jack before we started the show, so I'm a little off. But they were out of the usual Jack Daniel's sour mash type, so I got the rye. I've never had the rye version before. I don't know if that's different. Anyway,
Rye's a lot of fun, but it will kick this shit out of you if you're not.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it's affected me yet, but we'll see. Kern County is about 200 miles south of where the shooting occurred. Singh, 33, pulled over the suspect just before 1 a.m. Wednesday, and a few moments later called out, quote, "shot fired" over the radio. Other officers found Singh shot and took him to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Singh was a native of Fiji and joined the force in July of 2011. Newman Police Chief Randy Richardson said at a Friday news conference that this has never happened in the history of the 12-member department. Quote, "This is new for our department," Richardson said. Thanks for the repetition. The lead agency on the investigation, the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department, was joined at the news conference by members of Singh's family. Singh's brother, Reggie, thanked officers through sobs. Okay, let's talk about the actual guy. Arriaga came to the United States illegally and was believed to have been fleeing to Mexico, Christensen said. Oh, at the time they arrested him, I suppose. The sheriff elaborated on Arriaga's history, explaining that he was arrested twice previously for DUIs and has a known gang affiliation. Arriaga's brother, Adrian Virgin, I don't know how to say that, 25, and co-worker Eric Razo Quiroz, 32, were arrested Thursday for accessory after the fact to a felony, probably aiding and abetting, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. Virgin was arrested in Hanford and Quiroz in Modesto. He said they were trying to protect Arriaga, who was trying to go to Mexico. Kern County Sheriff Donnie Youngblood said 2 men and a woman were arrested at the same home where Arriaga was found for aiding and abetting the suspect.
Why didn't they just say that at the beginning?
Because CNN has to pad it to make it look like an actual article rather than a supplement.
They literally just repeated it with shorter words.
I know.
It's so. Listen, as a former journalist myself, I can tell you that the word count joke you'll see me making frequently is not really a joke. They say "Oh, you want to be a columnist with us? Oh, here, you just need to stretch this simple article, which you could explain in 2 sentences, into 800 words, and then you write something really big about a big topic that comes out to 12 or 1,500 words, and you're forgetting the attention span of our audience, sweetie." So.
Real quick, sorry guys, I missed the super chats. Corey Suzuki, I guess there's no news today. Well, we're fixing that now. Promised I would. And Machisu, thank you. Scribe, being there are 3 of you, to make it fair and even things up, have Jeff put Mr. Wiggles on.
I wonder if I actually have a PNG of him. I should look.
Yeah, I know. No, listen, I mean, here's the problem is that, especially if we start getting, it's no longer death shots, but they're lavender shots. Yeah, $50 and Jeff will drink lavender vodka. Boo. But when he gets into his cups, as they say, Gerard Depardieu PNGs end up appearing randomly on our show. So
it does tend to happen. I'll put this out there too. For any $50 dono to either our show or to Lords of the Night, I will take a shot of the paint thinner fucking lavender vodka.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He's still in that giving spirit, apparently.
Oh my god, lavender vodka. I haven't heard that one before.
Jenna wants to know who the 2 guests are. Are you serious?
Well, it depends on which stream you're watching. Who are the
She's
guests?
watching ours.
Oh, she's watching ours. The two guests are Jeff Holiday and Wizard of Cause.
Subs up.
Well, at the same time, in some strange sort of quasi-multiverse version, we are also the guests of the YouTube Saint stream.
But to bring it back around to the beginning of the show, all of this is actually just happening in the Snow Globe, owned by a disabled.
You're right.
Oh my God, we are part of the imagination of a young child. That sounds actually kind of gross now. Anyway.
Actually, well, no. The fact is like here's what it could be. That young boy from the end of Saint Elsewhere grew up, and his imagination just got terrible.
He got dementia. Suddenly,
I'm sick of this hospital medical shit. I want to see what people on the internet are talking about.
Yeah.
Oh God. There we go. There's a giant dick on our stream now. Goodbye monetization. I'm just kidding. I never knew you anyway.
Nah, I've given up on monetization a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
I just think you need to paint some racing stripes on that thing at this point, Jeff. You know, so it goes faster.
Put some flames on it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Mr. Extreme Makeover Dildo Edition. There's a show for ABC, isn't it?
All right, we're good. Oh yeah, so, yeah. News. Shit, we were looking at the news.
Oh well, that was all on the shooting thing. They caught the guy. They arrested 5 others. And yeah, he wasn't unknown to authorities. He'd been arrested on DUIs previously, but I presume because of sanctuary laws or otherwise, nothing happened to him in the interim. Oh shit! Jacob Jett, thank you so much. Here you go. Jacob Jett has just paid for a shot of lavender vodka.
No!
Jeff's gullet.
Oh fuck! All right, let me go get a fucking shot glass.
Jeff, now, hang on. Something that I think you guys might want to know is that well, I don't know if it's going to work too well on your end, but we do sometimes get into bidding wars. People people will throw $50 like, here, this is towards the death shot, and Jeff will like just sort of gird himself and get unhappy, and then like 50 more will come in like, nope, you don't have to take it. Oh, I'm saved.
Wow. I was just about to say that the people over here they bathe in misery. So
yeah. I haven't even taken the shot yet, and I just smelled it and I almost threw up.
I'm gonna just keep it fixed on Jeff Steele here. That way we can see everybody at the same time.
Jeff, honestly though, I gotta ask, especially after having finally tried the real death shots, because for those of you in the Lords of the Night stream who are not familiar, this all began because Jeff got a bottle of Spiritus Zbigniew. This is a Polish grain alcohol with the words "flammable" on, more notably on the label than even the label itself.
Yeah,
and I used to think he was hamming it up when he'd take these shots. He was not. It's paint thinner mixed with it's like equal amounts adolescent rage and middle-aged misery
and AIDS.
Is it basically manly jelly juice?
It's like less palatable Everclear, and honestly, that shit was awful. I would rather drink it than this. This shit is vile.
Yeah, straight up Everclear, or like even like cheap shit.
Oh God!
Oh fuck!
Thank you, Dark Shade. Hello, Rider Illumination, Fence Sitter, Concretia Creator, Vacation Vagrant, and Conjurer of Cause. Jeff, you're a Vacation Vagrant?
It tastes like vagrants just came in my mouth.
Yuck.
I think, Jeff, for that comment, you need to take this this transparent dick PNG and just over, I'm saying, or at least put your giant ass butt plug on your own desk with eyeballs.
Do you ever put that like right by his mouth? There you go.
It's flying.
Don't move your head. Don't move your head. Don't move your head.
Virgin. No.
Don't move your head. Don't move your head.
YouTube, that is not a dick. That is a unicorn horn.
That is a hat. And by the way, I am. Yeah, and this gigantic head is technically a disability in that I can only wear comical hats. So the fact that Jeff was able to give me one means that he was just giving me a helping hand.
Wait, was Jeff being ableist? What the hell?
It's a therapeutic marital aid, all right? Over on ours, Eddie Monster says, "Love my Saints boys. Sorry to say I can't hang out tonight because generic excuse, and it's really got me torn up. I'm really so to try and help you guys understand. Forgive me for generic inconvenient life event. Share an Arizona on me. $1.99. That is enough to get in Arizona. Thank you." And Spectacular Wanderer, 3 shots and 2 beers in. I feel great. Drink, Jeff. I'm drinking.
And over here, the Spectacular Wanderer says, "I'm drinking more. Let's get pissed."
Okay.
Oh, guys, no, just wait until you find yourself caught up in the whims of the Addy Monster. Best Streamlabs super chats ever.
Shall we do another news story regarding money?
Yes, I love money.
Because Wells Fargo is paying $575 million to states to settle their fake account claims. If you heard about this from...
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so over the past 2 years, Wells Fargo has faced numerous lawsuits and government investigations stemming from a cascade of business scandals. On Friday, it took a step to put one batch of accusations behind it. The bank agreed to pay $575 million to all 50 states, which doesn't come out to a whole hell of a lot at the end, but either way, and the District of Columbia to settle civil charges related to the bank's fake accounts scandals. The agreement, which applies to charges brought by states' attorneys general, follows other fines and settlements Wells Fargo has paid out since September 2016. That's when the bank admitted its employees opened as many as 3.5 million fake bank and credit card accounts without customers' knowledge.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, this was such a big deal like a couple years ago.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did you say Wells Fargo or GameStop?
Well, now I don't know. Is there a difference? Let's see. Since the first revelation, a series of internal and external probes have uncovered a wider culture of problems at the bank, wider than 3.5 million fake accounts on customers' information. Yeah, I don't know. In April, 2 federal regulators fined the bank $1 billion for forcing customers into car insurance and charging mortgage borrowers unfair fees. Why is Wells Fargo still allowed to operate? Jesus Christ.
Well, because they're making money.
And that was in April. In May, Wells Fargo agreed to pay $480 million to settle a class action securities fraud lawsuit brought by investors who alleged the bank made misstatements and omissions in its disclosures about sales practices. And in October, Wells Fargo agreed to pay $65 million in penalties to New York State related to the fake account scandals. Jeez.
And they still have enough money to run, guys.
Thank you, 3-sided coin. Holy fuck, am I so angry about this? Criminals over there giving us reputable financial bankers a bad name. Yeah, well, I don't know. The 2008 situation kind of did that.
I think I can tell you why they get away with it, though. If you go to there's a website I absolutely love. It's called maplight.org.
Mhm.
It's a website that allows you to actually track campaign donations to members of Congress.
Yeah.
And if you just go there and you look up, because they also host news, if you just look up Wells Fargo, oh, wow. First thing in April, corporate lobbyists funnel cash to House Democrats. Hillary Clinton's Wall Street fundraising.
No.
Drug company accused of price gouging, which I'm sure has something to do with them. Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to know why a bank can get away with things, it's because you are little people and they are money.
Real quick, Coin, if you ever decide to go rogue and you make a bunch of bad money, don't forget my Streamlabs.
Thank you, Addy Monster RC. Since Nick called me out, I guess I have to prove myself. Wait, this isn't the Saints. Who are you people? Buy your own damn Arizonas. Thank you, Addy Monster.
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh, okay.
Oh dear! Hang on, is this the Kubiak?
I don't know how we would be able to even do that. I mean, like that would just shit up your guys' format. We have a friend named Larry Kubiak who likes to torture us with Maximum the Hormone videos, which is
torture us. He likes to gift to us the chance to.
Well, I love him.
Maximum the Hormone for money.
I tell you what, well, like, so I don't think we have a setup that we could actually like cross stream Maximum the Hormone. But what we'll do is once our collaborative stream is done, we'll just go for like an extra 15 minutes or something, and we'll crank out this maximum hormone. I'll be nice and fucking drunk as shit at the end.
Let me suggest though, you take the link to it, you send it to Scribe or Monkey. That way they can enjoy it too, because their audience, maybe they haven't experienced maximum the hormone.
That's true.
I can't say that I ever heard of it, honestly, but I've heard of Larry Kubiak.
Missing out. Yeah. You are missing the fuck out if you've never heard of Maximum the Hormone.
Yeah, just in case you guys missed it, there was $100. That was $100 donation, right? Over on Jets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Larry fucking brings the hammer sometimes, and the next thing you know, we're watching just the craziest Japanese shit. Wild.
That's a shot, isn't it?
That's $2.
That has to be declared.
That's at least one.
He said since I already took the lavender shot, I'm going to leave it up to him if I take another one.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Thank you, Original Shroom. We need Lady Monkey doing nipple twists for $50. That's on Monkey's nights, guys, unless you want to go to his Streamlabs or something. But I think Lady Monkey's probably sleeping by now.
No, she actually had to go into the office. She's on her way home.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, in fairness, too, I believe it was last Friday we started getting money thrown at us, and I ended up taking my shirt off. So, I mean, I'm well past the point of understanding what the sense of shame even is.
Sense of shame? What? You're a male stripper now? Okay.
What? Hang on, wait. I'm sorry. Shame?
Shame is not a word I'm familiar with.
Shame on YouTube is that which we throw at others.
I saw Shame. That was that cowboy movie, right?
I saw Shame one time. That was
Shame. Come back, Shame.
In the opening 5 minutes.
Let's see.
That was Naked Magneto, wasn't it?
Thank you, Blind Press. Hi, Jeff and Nick. Enjoying the insanity?
Oh, dude, I watch Lords of Night all the fucking time. I just lurk.
Yeah, Jeff told me that he lurks like there's so many like celebrities that just like stay in the shadows around us. It's kind of
they don't want to be associated. I don't blame them.
Exactly.
Fucking.
Thank you, Jenna P. Sassy, this is your fault.
It's always my fault.
It's always Satsu's fault.
It is always. It don't matter what it is. Don't ask what, because that's irrelevant. It's just my fault.
Okay. Well, I basically took the first half hour, quote unquote, format. I don't know what you guys do for your show in the second half hour if you have such a thing.
Well, you know, actually, shit. I wonder if I still have that link that you sent me, Nick. If I can find it real quick. There was this great. It'd be the only article that I'd have, but let me see if I can find it. It was a fantastic one that he sent me, and we didn't get to do it on midweek. It's fucking great. I know. Hang on.
By the way, Ground Floor Guthrie, $10. Thank you through Super Chats. He wants us all to sing Freebird.
Hi, baby.
Oh fuck! How about no? Okay, I've actually got a really, really good article. If you guys,
oh yes,
yeah, you know what this is. Ground Floor Guthrie says, "Good simulcast, fellas. Y'all should sing again. Make it free bird." Did you just read that?
Yeah, that's what he just read. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a ferret, dude, and I'm getting drunk. So, this comes from Sky News. I'll never stop. Prolific streamer has stripped off at 568.
Oh, shit, I saw this.
Not prolific.
Oh yeah.
Prolific streaker who claims to have stripped off at more than 560 events around the world has said he has no plans to stop. Mark Roberts, 53, has been a performance artist for more than 25 years. Despite his children begging him to pack it in when they were teenagers.
Can you imagine your dad being famous for this?
Daddy,
Dude, I saw your dad's dick at the baseball game.
Oh, just imagine your dad gets famous for doing this, and then the first time you get mentioned in the press, you don't get mentioned by name, but your friends all know that you asked your streaker dad to pack it in.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good choice of words, writer.
Phrasing, come on. The father of 3 who lives in Sefton Park, Liverpool, has streaked at major sporting events including the Super Bowl, the Olympics, a UEFA Champions League final, and Usain Bolt's last 100-meter race. Damn legend, dude. Wow, that's a great picture too. The trouser-dropping pitch invader has also stripped off at the dog show Crufts at the 2011 Turner Prize and at the Cannes Film Festival.
I really want him to go to like the Kentucky Derby and then make a new unfortunate equestrian friend, you know? Like, well, I didn't think I was that heavy, but apparently this horse just thought it was breeding time.
I just love his face in that picture.
I know.
Fucking racetrack doctors are like reaching up inside his rectum and like, do you have any idea how much this is worth?
Christ.
Mr. Roberts, who claims to have streaked 568 times across 24 countries, says only 25 of them have led to an arrest. The skin-bearing... actually, that's not that bad of a ratio. That's like 5%.
Yeah, out of 560 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, the skin-bearing sports lover who works as a painter and a decorator insists that he is a true entertainer who likes to create something visual for people to laugh at.
I can't.
You do realize that thing is your dick, right?
I can't fault him with his fucking logic, though. I mean, it's like nothing he's saying isn't technically true.
When he stepped onto the ice in a break during the curling final at the 2006 Winter Olympics in Torino, Mr. Roberts was clutching a mop, had clothes pegs in ears, and a rubber chicken over his nether regions. He told Sky News, "I pretended to brush the ice and the crowd went nuts. All the skaters were laughing their heads off. I like to make a performance out of it. I just don't run on naked and wave." You can even see the legs of the fucking chicken. Oh my god. This is brilliant.
We're almost to my favorite picture.
Mr. Roberts added that the Italian police said they wouldn't charge him if he agreed to leave the country immediately. Exhibitionist says he only ever streaks during breaks in the action, never interrupts play out of respect for the athletes. He said, "People have trained for years to reach these finals, and I fully appreciate that. I'm not out to scupper their chances or take anything away from them." First streak was at Hong Kong Sevens rugby tournament in 1993. He said, "It was the most liberating experience of my life. It felt euphoria running naked in front of 65,000 people knowing I had the bottle to do it. The reaction from the crowd will live me forever." That's why I'm still doing it after 25 years. Let's just get this. Oh, that fucking...
Is that not beautiful?
Oh my god,
that is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Okay, I just want to say I want in the world of remakes, like we get remakes all the fucking time of popular movies and whatnot. This man needs to be cast in the titular role of Free Willy.
I want to see a movie of his life.
Yeah,
I mean, the title would be more accurate than the actual movie.
I just can't wait for the MCU crossover.
No, God. The Invisible Woman. Whoops, no, those are my clothes.
Yeah, the invisible co-host. What the fuck, Jeff?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Over in your chat,
did I not bring it back? Oh shit!
The Fighting Hobbit says this guy's the Andy Warhol of dicks.
Dude, yeah, I'm feeling that right now. I really am.
He needs a Campbell soup can, then maybe.
Okay, cool.
Seriously, I was about to say, like, do you have any idea what a pain in the ass it is spending a whole 2.5 minutes trying to set these lights up?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one news article that I prepared.
Well, there's all those other ones from last week which we never used.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying we should recycle shit just because we're hanging out with Lords of the Night, but I'm saying why put the effort in.
Well, you know, we save ourselves the trouble because our audience sends us news articles every day.
Yeah, we got the little hashtag.
We got a whole thing. So, hey, everyone.
What?
If you have news articles you'd like us to attempt to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSSNews.
I've been working way too hard. And by way too hard, I mean it all, apparently.
Yes. Let the audience do it for you.
Can't promise we get to them all, but that's because Jeff's drunk as shit and Kaz doesn't have a plan.
You got 43 more viewers than I do. You're in charge of this shit, my man.
Monkey's got 2 extra people to interrupt him. So.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm going to go nuts.
No, trust me. Jeff can tell you, in terms of interruptions, I'm more than 2 people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
That's good to know. Right, Scribe?
Yeah, that's great. I'm going to be so happy.
We actually had one stream where Nick was so wasted that I queued up that Starry Skies meme, the beep, 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 beep,
yeah.
And anytime he just wouldn't shut the fuck up, I started playing it.
I can't recall that.
I know you can't. I know you can't.
My favorite meme of that, if you look it up, is the Ant-Man mashup of that song. It's perfect. It's almost like it belongs together. So if you have a chance, look up Ant-Man and that Starry Skies. It's excellent.
I will actually have to ask, though, just because PewDiePie has effectively made it public domain at this point, we do need to get the dancing crab party thing for any time that I freeze or drop out of Skype on our show. in the future, and it could just say, Nick is gone.
It's gone.
Let's see. So we got a story from Adam Mangold. This sounds exciting. H&M pull range of kids socks because it includes a squiggle that looks like Allah written upside down in Arabic.
What? My God.
I will put this into the Hangout chat for if you want to pull it up on your.
You guys do know that if you flip Arabic upside down, it just becomes Sanskrit.
Something like that. No,
I was going to go with Hindi, but I thought that would get me kicked off of the internet.
Let's see. H&M is the Swedish clothing firm announced the recall of the line, which also depicts a Lego workman figure holding a jackhammer. H&M has insisted that while the pattern looks like Allah in Arabic, it is entirely a coincidence. It has happened. It comes just weeks.
Looks like squiggly fucking lines.
Yeah, it's smoke coming out of the smokestack or whatever. Or wait, no, it's just what's the cable, like the air hose? Yeah, it's the air hose to the jackhammer.
Isn't it the jumps that the jackhammer's made?
Oh, yeah, maybe it's the jump motion. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I had to bring that actually under my closer monitor because from across the room, as I'm looking at it now, that kind of looked like maybe a plane hitting a big building.
Oh, shit. Well, some people can read between the lines of a cookbook, but holy cow. All right. Jesus. All right. So, yeah, squiggles equal Allah, and that means bad. So we have to, take the socks off the shelves, I guess.
I'm with the chat on this one. It sounds like Karen was contacting the manager on this one.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I'm just glad in this case Karen was able to actually speak into her fucking G5 cell phone through the burqa mask there. That's nice to know. I'm glad she was able to express her outrage.
That's what most people don't actually know. If you see someone in a burqa, they actually have a Karen, like a hard A-line blonde hairdo. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, it's nothing but bobs and fucking cheap cosmetics under there.
All right, let's see. Oh, this sounds good. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Kentucky man charged with throwing Christmas ham at woman.
Maybe she asked for it.
Well, hold on. Did she say thank you at least?
I don't know yet.
What was she wearing?
How hungry was this?
Maybe she was starving. London, Kentucky. Authorities say a Kentucky man has been arrested after he threw a ham at a woman during an argument over which day Christmas dinner should take place.
Jesus Christ.
Are you serious?
Let's see. Wave TV reports that David Brannon was arrested Sunday after he tried to flee from police officers who reported to a home on a domestic dispute call. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office said Brannon threw items at the woman, including the ham to be eaten for Christmas dinner. Deputies say several items were found on the kitchen floor. Brannon is being held in the Laurel County Correctional Center on charges of assault and fleeing or evading police.
That's right. Enjoy the ham there, dickhead.
Yeah.
Did they check his socks to make sure they weren't the Allah socks?
Did they check his socks to make sure he wasn't slipping bits of ham in there?
Maybe he just doesn't like ham anymore.
Maybe he threw it at her because he's a Muslim and she offered to have.
And by the way, forget about those socks. What happens if I want Allah written on my socks? Do I have
Too bad, white boy.
You can't get them from H&M. Thank you, Dark Sage. This is just in. Kindergarten shut down after Arabic ISIS message found in 2-year-old's finger painting.
Oh, good.
Well played,
Wait a
sir.
second, hang on. By internet standards, though, does this mean that H&M is Islamophobic?
Well, they're unconsciously biased, is what I think. Yeah, their artists are unconsciously biased.
That's right. I insist on getting some, jockey shorts with a dick joke written in Hebrew. Get on it, H&M.
I just realized I gotta catch up real fast. If we're gonna go, Addy Monster says crossing the streams worked for Ghostbusters. What could go wrong? Couldn't say more.
You should see us at a urinal.
Yeah, dude. When we said crossover, I started thinking so many dick jokes you wouldn't even believe.
Monkey, I swear to Christ, if you keep making those urinal jokes and crossing streams, I'm going to insist that both of us go to VidCon next year.
Ooh.
I would love to, just to pee with you.
There's loads of it. Don't worry.
Wait, just to pee with you? Is that like a cover of the Extreme song? Just to be with you? Pee with you.
Listen. Don't shame me for my R. Kellyisms, all right?
He's just a big fan.
I want to piss on you.
Jip, 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 piss, 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 wanna piss on. Addy Monster says to the face when you beg your friend to pack it in. Citron's magnificent cat beard said Saints and Lords top 10 anime crossovers. Also, Mr. Wiggles needs to come back. I'm sure he'd love to meet Jillian. Wow, I have a lot more characters than I expected, so I'm going to keep typing until it runs out. How's it going? I'm eating chick. Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Addie's like, can we get this fucking hero on Saints, please? The streaker, Nick. You need to find the streaker.
I am the streaker.
Oh fuck!
Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
We haven't got enough money for that yet. Never mind.
Now I get a community strike on my channel for that one.
We need a $50 dono in the Lords of Night.
Nipples, they're glorious.
No, we need a $50 dono in the Lords of Night Streamlabs or Super Chat, and Nick will take his shirt off.
No.
Hey, shut the fuck! Hey!
$50 on them, and you can avoid that. How about that?
And Dane, I'll just do this last one. I'll wait for a minute. Dangerous Being says, "Hey Jeff, Goose here. Mr. Roberts, by streaking at the Cannes Film Festival, joined the exclusive club that boasts Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey." Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, dude, you guys saw that video that Kevin Spacey put out?
Oh,
right?
Let Me Be Frank.
Yes.
Yeah, I know we talked about that the other night. That's fucking.
It's like
crazy.
Let Me Be a Working Actor, actually.
Yeah. Let me be irrelevant again. Addy Monster RC, thank you. I can't give you guys my best material, but all the same, I just wanted to boop, boop, beep, boop. Now that you sound stupid, congrats, you play yourself. I'm out. Well, boop, 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 beep, boop.
You played yourself.
You played yourself.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey, like that whole thing was just so bizarre. On the one hand, the title suggests it's like, let me play that character again that you killed off in a series that's no longer going. And then he's also talking about himself in the meta. And like I said several times now, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall when they were discussing producing that thing. Like,
right.
So Kevin, what's your goal with making this video as I set up the camera?
Yeah.
Listen, not every, he got away with that, not having to answer those questions because it was iDubbbz who shot the video for him. And he didn't. But no, beyond that, when I saw like "Let Me Be Frank" as the title of the video, I thought he would be like making a pot of tea and being like, if young boys don't want to have their nether regions touched, they should not make them so silky soft.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's not gonna let you be Frank.
That's gonna let you go straight to fucking jail.
That's gonna let you meet Big Frank over in cell 4.
I gotta wonder though. I'm an actor. I gotta wonder how much it has to suck though when like the final season of your epic show gets to be headed up by Sean Penn's ex-wife.
Yeah, no shit.
Ooh, yeah.
If the young man did not want me to fondle him, he shouldn't have entered the room.
Oh my God.
Frankly, I can't imagine a way in which a woman who was able to put Sean Penn inside of her body could handle this show.
Wow.
That's absolutely right.
Who, might I add, only had sex with him in the show one time, and that was when he was crying.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, there was no hang. Well, are we talking House of Cards? Because they also did have sex. They also did kind of get into that threesome with that.
Oh yeah, with
the Secret Service guy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Spoilers, by the way,
too.
everybody. Spoilers, in case you're a new House of Cards viewer. Kevin Spacey is gay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though, like being the Secret Service worker or whatever, and you're just like, I fucked the president and his wife.
No, it's a good thing he died then, I guess. Meacham or whatever. Oh, spoiler alert! Yeah, Meacham dies.
I'm just really looking forward to like I'm looking forward to like the post-Trump era when we get all of the tell-all books coming out.
Oh yeah.
No,
And we
gee.
get-
Well, we already got Omarosas or whatever. I mean, it's just going to be.
Oh,
a cavalcade after that.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I'm looking forward to the Secret Service guys saying like, Melania just kept saying, give me that mushroom cap boy, and I didn't know if I'd get fired if I quit or if I kept going.
Do you think their sexy time music is the Mario soundtrack?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
No, but mark my words. One of those tell-all books, I swear to God, somebody's going to make a book after the Trump presidencies are with. It's going to be called Trump Card: The Stories Behind the Trump White House, something like that. Trump Card is going to be the title of someone's book. I guess.
Fucking White House chefs bitching about how they never wanted to learn how to make Big Macs.
Scribbles, real quick. Scribbles, do you see Chicago Mike's story that he sent?
Let me scroll. You're talking about Angelina Jolie?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Chicago Mike, our favorite friend in Chicago with the gangster name.
Gangsta Mike.
Angelina Jolie, or Acid Burn to her closest friends, dropped a big hint that she might run for president.
What?
How far is she running?
Yeah.
I wanted to vote for The Rock more.
Angelina Jolie dropped a big hint that she might move into politics and run for president. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's Today program on Friday, which she guest edited, Jolie said she would have dismissed the idea before, but that she would now go where she is, quote, needed. When host Justin Webb said that he had put her on a list of Democrats who might run in 2020, Jolie laughed and said, "Thank you." Okay, is that all it takes?
Jeff, can you zoom in on my face and play the royalty-free sad piano music while he reads this?
That's it. Fuck. Oh no, I can't.
Where was that? Jolie, who serves as a special envoy for the UN's refugee envoy and campaigns against sexual violence, said she would stay quiet, quote, for now, unquote, because she feels she can, quote, get a lot done without a title, unquote. She said her work has given her some relevant experience. Quote, I'm also able to work with governments and I'm also able to work with militaries. And so I sit in a very interesting place of being able to get a lot done without a title and without it being about myself or my policies, unquote. As you say, I, and me, my through the whole thing.
Good goddamn, yes. The one thing I need more from a Democratic female presidential candidate than a dishonest lizard person, a la Hillary Clinton, is somebody whose grand experience comes from being a fake UN envoy while at the same time manipulating a custody battle.
Hey, it is long past time that we had nipple pictures of a female president.
Oh, well, I mean, like, yeah, but listen, I mean, you've seen Hackers. That was like, there was that epic flat-chested sex scene with the future Sherlock of network TV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Johnny Lee Miller? Yeah.
She is the president we need, y'all.
Well, it's funny because, like, I can only imagine Johnny Lee Miller as his, like, he did Hackers, and that came after Train Spotting, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got these things under his belt, and then he gets to like network TV where he has to actually work with Lucy Liu, which is fucking terrible from what I hear. And he can just always reflect on the time that, no, there was that time Angie, as I call her, stripped naked and jumped on me.
In that red leather jacket. That was hot at the time.
That was
about that, yeah.
No, I mean, I was pretty sure she was about to hop on a fucking Honda Rebel and peel off at 25 miles an hour.
The best part of that movie was Matthew Lillard going like, "Crash and burn."
Oh my god!
To asphyxiated on their own vomit, man.
Oh my god, I love that movie and that soundtrack, man. The movie aside, that soundtrack still kicks ass.
Well, can we? Yeah. Hang on though. I'm forgetting his name now though. The guy who played the Plague.
Oh, Fisher Stevens.
We got to give it up for Fisher Stevens.
Oh, Fisher Stevens and a legend, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I thought his career hit a high point in the Mario movie, but I had no idea.
No, I thought it was the world's most acceptable brown face with fucking
Short Circuit, yeah.
Short Circuit, yeah. He's alive.
Was Hacker's Penn Jillette's film debut?
Oh, dude!
Yeah, well, he was in there. He was one of the Plague's technicians. Yeah.
I fucking forgot about that. Holy shit.
I know way too much about stupid shit.
Yeah, and then Tony Soprano's fucking therapist, Lorraine Bracco, is asking like,
oh yeah, well, she's
the rabbit. What does this all mean?
Oh God, can I be the avatar for the audience? Yeah, no. Lorraine.
No, the world's most acceptable brown or black face is Tropic Thunder.
Actually, best Lorraine Bracco movie that wasn't Hackers, Medicine Man with Sean Connery. That movie's actually pretty fucking good. I love that movie.
That was her.
That is actually a good one.
That was her. Yeah, that was Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah. That's a really good fucking movie too. That was like
underrated as hell.
That was the movie right before everybody realized that Sean Connery was like a violent wife beater and nobody wanted to hire him anymore.
Hey, again, listen, he's not a violent wife beater. He's just a men's rights activist, okay?
No.
Look, it's simple. It's simple.
He's just the
If
guy
women don't want to get punched in the mouth, they better not lip up.
If she doesn't listen, I mean, it's not the first thing you go to, but if she doesn't listen, every so often you maybe need to smack a bitch across the mouth and throw her down some stairs.
He's the guy that didn't understand the script of The Matrix, so he didn't become Morpheus. So he was going to be Morpheus, but no. And I'm not kidding. That did happen. That did happen.
Right.
They're like, we got to have Morpheus. We got to have Sean Connery. Like, no, I don't understand the script. Like, okay, well, never mind, Sean.
God. Hang on. So you're telling me that The Matrix could have, instead of Lawrence Fishburne educating Keanu Reeves about the way 1999 internet works, it could have ended up being Sean Connery educating Will Smith?
Dude, you know what it would have been like a crazy slapstick version of The Matrix is you get Sean Connery as Morpheus and you get Paul Rudd as Neo.
The Spectacular Wanderer Incorporated. Thank you. Miller was her husband, Nick, before Billy Bob. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought they got married, or at least dated, I thought.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, John Lee Miller and Angelina Jolie. I knew they were a couple at one point. I didn't know they.
Listen, after I saw those luscious lips, I never wanted to even think about her with another man.
Oh, well.
And that's why I make these debonair videos from the front seat of my car.
Then you had to watch her kiss her own brother, and then it was all downhill from there.
We're all going to get booted off for a vague Elliot Rodger reference. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
So usually now on our show, we do plugging for our YouTube work and such.
Yeah, do it, man.
So, Wizard, what are you up to on your YouTube channel?
Oh, it's well, I mean, in my world, I've made a very sincere art, I'd like to say, out of losing subscribers.
YouTube's doing that for you, don't worry.
Oh, no, YouTube's been very helpful. I would like to thank Susan for personally unsubscribing a bunch of my friends. Otherwise, I do have a big new project that I won't even say I've hinted to what my big new project is. I've flat out said it, but I'm not going to flat out say it now because I'm going to launch it in the new year. And it's hopefully going to be wonderful, and I'll be able to afford all of the diesel fuel I need.
It's a traveling sex tape.
Well, that was That was
Basically, I'm going to make a giant bang bus.
Oh God, those were
it's called the Regret Bus.
Frosted Glass says
Regret bus because it takes you to school.
Frosted Glass says Cos plus Jeff equals the plague. Prove me wrong. So Cos plus Jeff equals Fisher Stevens as a crazy hacker. Okay.
I can see it.
Addy Monster RC, thank you. Wool Smith as the genie, gonna be lit 420. Kill me.
Oh God. God.
I like Will Smith. I don't care what you say.
Oh, I loved him in Rewind.
He's a great actor.
Sit down.
Oh my God!
6 Degrees of Separation. 6 Degrees of Separation was a great movie when Will Smith was ridiculously young. After that, maybe Pursuit of Happiness. Otherwise, everything else is kind of.
Well, no, he really convinced me that like a Twitch streamer driving a short bus full of YouTubers I don't care about was something that was hot. So I mean, yeah,
I'm not a coward. You're a coward. I fucking hate that movie so much.
It's pretty
fucking
bad.
Cypher Rage. Are you fucking serious? That shit pissed me off.
What was the other one? Was it 7 pounds?
Yeah, 7 pounds.
That wasn't bad, actually. I mean, that was like you kind of figured it out right away, but you're like, wow.
7 pounds is okay.
Will Smith, you need to just come out the closet and tell everyone you're a Scientologist.
Addy Monster RC says, I paid $2 for this deal with it buttholes. All right.
He just called us whole butts.
Holes, WHOLES.
I know. He called us whole butts.
Whole butts, not those partial.
Not
butts.
just the whole. We're the whole ass, apparently. Okay.
Satsu, what are you up to on your channel?
Not a motherfucking thing.
Oh, that was easy. Okay, we move on from there.
No, just the same shit I told you guys I was working on before over on 2 Cents Plus. Me and Monkey got some stuff going on. Monkey, you need to send me the seed information, by the way.
Oh shit, I didn't come up with any. We'll just pick a seed randomly and run with it. Jesus
fuck. Okay, well, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Jeff, what about you? What are you doing on your channel?
I'm reading this Streamlabs. Dragon of the West is food for thought. Do you think they use replicators to synthesize illicit substances? This has been your Star Trek interruption for the episode.
Actually, we haven't even done that, but I have been wondering if I was like zapped to the Star Trek universe, could I say replicator, find Sensimea? Would it do it?
They give you a non-addictive simulation because, like,
that's fine. It's not addictive.
Yeah.
Fucking
now, one time where Scotty came out of the transporter matrix or whatever after being frozen in time forever, he had like Data make him real booze, and he was like, this whiskey, whatever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Scribe. I'm sorry, but you need to become a part of Saints because, listen, distracting ourselves from our actual format would talk about Star Trek. It's just a thing. So listen, I don't know what kind of contract you have with Monkey, but I've got the best lawyers on earth.
I'm not even much of a Star Trek nerd, but I watch enough of the TV show to remember shit.
Have you guys ever talked with Blind Press?
Oh God, yeah. You want to talk about Star Wars nerds? Talk to Blind Press.
Star Trek. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
blind video game player who plays fucking fighting games, and she's also a huge Star Trek nerd. You guys should check her out if you don't
Never seen Star Trek, literally, but she's a gigantic Star Trek nerd.
That's cool. Yeah, we have a thing.
Guess your favorite character?
Every stream. Oh God, Geordi.
Yes, actually,
of course. Yeah. No, we just have a tendency that every single show we have to mention Star Trek once, and then we have to mention Dune at least once because Dune is an amazing movie and Nick is wrong. Anyway,
that's why we do at the opening of the show. We say Monkey Dick Jim Jones, etc. Because way back in the day, there was like a series of episodes in a row where somehow Monkey's dick kept coming up, and for whatever reason, SDA and I kept mentioning Jonestown and stuff. And so when we didn't do it, audience was like worried about something we didn't mention. It's like, okay, we'll just make it part of the show.
Somebody got offended because my dick kept coming up.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
I promised them it would be on every show for the rest of time.
That's what
weird scar from a botched circumcision, which somehow leads to the Fibonacci sequence.
Jesus.
On my channel, I'm just coming out of like a bit of a funk and picking it up again, but at least 2 more episodes of Song of Salt and Poo, more Vaxxed episodes, and I got a big project in the works for 2019, but I'm not ready to like pop it out yet, but it'll be big.
Fuck you, Jeff. I'll spoil it. Jeff is going to be the next spoiled 15-year-old girl on Dr. Phil.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
I've already got the fucking connection.
I just really want this Lexus. Fuck you, Mom.
Thank you, 3-sided coin. That would be epic. The girl who got blind the way she did, and Jeff on a stream. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. That's right. The way that happened to her. Well,
she was 6 months old when some fucking anti-vaxxer brought her kid around her who had the measles at the time.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. No,
that's how Blind Press got blind.
That's how Blind Press got blind when she was a kid. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking her up. I'm gonna fucking get a hold of her.
Yeah.
Blind Press is awesome.
Yeah, you want to talk to her because she's lived it, which is unfortunate by all means. But hey, she's made them. She doesn't stop her at all playing fighting games. It's fucking crazy.
Got 2 kids. Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So
recently though, where like somebody said that comparing saying anti-vaxxer is like using the N-word.
I forget that was. Yeah, that was so stupid.
No, it's kind of like saying fucking moron, actually.
Speaking of which, hey Monkey, what are you doing on your channel?
I'll be playing over on my channel. I did my Monkey in the Morning this morning. We're actually going to be doing tomorrow's Monkey in the Morning at about 3 o'clock in the morning because that's when Dax can do it.
Okay.
And then we're playing 2 Cents Plus we're playing 7 Days to Die over on 2 Cents Plus right after this. We'll be giving away a game. I'm not sure which one. But come over and watch us play. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the game will involve Batman in some way.
I just love the
Hell
fact that you say you're giving shit away, and all of a sudden, I literally watched like my own streams numbers drop by about 4. 5. There we go.
And just to plug myself, well, today at work was as bad as I imagined it would be. So I was there for 3 extra hours than I had wanted to be. But I was ridiculously productive, although my brain is mush. So I didn't get a chance to work anymore on my video, but I have the audio recorded. I got the things split up and the script all done. So I'll start assembly tomorrow. It'll be the second in a... I don't know if it's going to be a series, but at least be a follow-up to my previous Netflix episode about their diversity and inclusion initiatives that they removed from their channel after I posted my video, which is very interesting. But yeah, that'll be out hopefully tomorrow if I get industrious enough. At the worst, I don't know. Might be Sunday. It depends on what happens tomorrow because I might have to work again, but we'll see.
Boo, work. Boo to work.
Yeah, work. Well, hey, it keeps the bills paid. What can I tell you?
Do you like what you do?
Yes. It has. I mean, it's one of those things where it's steady work. I've been with the company for many, many years now. I've got my entire little world clocked, and now Jeff is threatening me with scissors for some reason.
Is Scribe the only one of us with a traditional job?
I mean, I do contract work, like video editing stuff aside from YouTube. So it's kind of self-employed outside of YouTube, but that's about it.
But yeah, so Scribe, you're the only one with a traditional job. You fucking weirdo.
Hang on a second there, Monkey, because like I've been described as a whore by many people.
Oh, I am a whore. I take that title.
Okay, no, then I guess the both of us are, like proud professionals in the oldest of professions.
Yeah,
well, I got you all beat because I am a housewife, which is the hardest fucking job in the world.
Honey, I got so much respect for you right now.
Yeah,
It is the hardest job in the world.
Kaz will take off his shirt for money, and Monkey will get his nipples twisted for money. So yeah, you guys are basically.
Listen, I damn near set those shits on fire last time. All right, and I'm not saying somebody else's steez here.
No war skiing. No war skiing.
No war.
Oh, let's not.
Well, listen,
Wait.
That's the real hot war
and
ski.
I don't know what else to do with it. That
Uh,
makes me wish I did have a mountain of cocaine in front of me because that would mean I was in for a good night.
my OCD being what it
Or a
is.
cardiac accident.
Now's the time where we need to talk about internet fucketry, like stuff that happened to us today, Twitter arguments we got into, Facebook things, or just weird stuff we saw on the
If you've
internet.
seen stupid shit on the internet, now's the time to bring
Yeah,
it
and
up.
between this group, I'm sure we'll have plenty. So, hey Jeff, you see anything crazy on the intertubes today? I'm sure you never have.
I got blocked by Christy Winters again.
Oh no, again.
Did you?
No,
How
I
many
did.
times do you need that to happen?
I did.
How did you get unblocked?
I don't know, man. I just an arbitrary like unblocking or something. But
Was it that time that you tweeted out that you thought a vagina was a legit disability?
yeah, she didn't get the joke. She thought I was serious. No, I saw that she was going to be on the Non Sequitur show. And I basically tweeted out, I would rather pack the inside of my dick hole with broken glass than watch that, which is funny because I actually did watch it,
How's your dick?
I actually didn't pack it full of dick. Wait, hang on.
Wow. That's a whole different.
If you don't pack yourself full of dick, I think you might be all right.
it was fine, but she got really super mad, and then she blocked me. And then of all people, I had the heavyweight for the past like 5 years of crazy SJW academics, PZ Myers, yelling at me.
God, I haven't heard about him since Mikaru lasted. I mean, I watched a video where Mikaru did a video on PZ Myers years ago. That's the last time I ever thought about him. Wow.
Yeah, he the last time I really heard anything about him was when he and the rest of the people like ejected Thunderfoot out of Atheism Plus like 6 years ago or some shit like that.
Richard Carrier and all those guys.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting ejected for wrongthink from one community after another.
Real quick, Jacob Jet says, in other words, Scribe is the only one who isn't a lazy fuck. Well, I don't know. I'm not a father. I'm not a parent. So just about everybody else here is.
I fuck rather aggressively. I'll have you know.
Oh wow!
Legit. That's totes woke, yo.
Okay, let me real quick. Fuck me. Oh my god, that was fucking great. Addy Monster says, to be fair, I won't eat alphabet soup anymore because one time that shit said fuck, and you might think that doesn't make any sense, but actually, if you think about it, it probably says Hitler is a swole dude in Latin. So yeah, man, I feel H&M.
Or it's upside down for Allah or something.
Right. And Anime Moon says, guys, it's nothing special in Kentucky. That's just Tuesday. Oof. I've more, but I mean, like, so what other Twitter or internet arguments did you guys?
Oh, dude, knock out your super chats real quick.
No, get your
all right.
We always do.
Yeah,
they get different.
So Larry Kubiak also tossed a few more at us and sent us another amazing thing. Okay, so here's what I'm going to plan on doing. Since if there was a way that we could pipe in audio through to your stream, I'd say we should just look at these videos together. But I don't think that there is right now with the setup that we did. Our totally planned months ago crossover event.
It's February, Jeff. How could we fuck this up so bad?
I don't know, man. It's all my fault. I'm the producer. So maybe we'll figure out once our regular like crossover event ends, then we'll deal with this. Well, but thank you, Larry.
Send them the links and that way.
I sent him the MyCircle link and we'll play it through that. Addy Monster says, you are Kevin Spacey's career. Go directly to irrelevance. Do not pass go. Do not diddle little boys. And she says, hey, Saints, can you believe these jackwagons on the other stream? What a bunch of entire butt might, or what a butt of entire butts. Am I right? Oh, what the fuck?
A butt of entire butts.
An
ass filled with
butts
asses.
is that? How many butts is that?
While he figures out how to say that, let me point out, listen, Kevin Bacon hasn't diddled any kids since Sleepers.
Oh, God.
Jeez, that's going back. Damn.
Oh, shit.
Spectacular Wanderer says, when Monkey's D comes up, so does mine. Boing.
No, you want to talk about Kevin Spacey. Think about The Woodsman. If you haven't seen The Woodsman,
you want to talk about dicks. Did you guys catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You can't just let that
if we're gonna talk about Kevin Spacey, we need to talk about what? And then Monkey says dicks. What?
Oh, no. So I was going to say, if you want to talk about Kevin Bacon and you want to talk about diddling kids, the movie The Woodsman is far more on point than even Sleepers. But
I don't think I've seen that one.
That is a weird, disturbing movie. That's all I'll say. Kevin Bacon will do just about anything because he's like an actor's actor. He'll take any part because that's his working deal. Especially after Bernie Madoff lost all his money. He'll take anything. But yeah, The Woodsman was a creepy fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, I really like rare esoteric movies with actors that you wouldn't actually think that they'd be in them. Like, that one sounds really interesting. I want to check it out. But also, what's his fucking name? Oh my god, George of the Jungle.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan
Fraser.
Watch The Air I Breathe.
Yeah, no. But Brendan Fraser was in a movie called Darkly Noon before he got like super big famous.
Okay.
And it's this most fucked up video, this movie about this obsessive young man raised by like hyper religious parents. He snaps, he kills them, and then he talks to their ghosts as he like stalks this young woman. It's like the most fucked up, freaky movie in the world, and he's great in it.
Damn.
He's super good.
Well, I mean, back in the day, like School Ties and everything, Brendan Fraser was like amazing as a young actor.
Yeah.
Not even that. I mean, let me ask, because I mean, I've only gotten the chance to ask this to Jeff. But have any of you actually seen the film The Air I Breathe?
Long time ago.
I don't think so.
No, it came out like 2008. It was actually 10, 11
that is
years
10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck me. But no, I mean, he plays a mob collector. Tough guy, right? Who can see the future, and so he never loses a fight.
Yeah.
And it sounds fucking dumb. And the movie was a little dumb, but not enough to really kick it off the rails. And Brendan Fraser plays this like genuinely like sympathetic, like it's kind of like character you can't say, oh yeah, I'm a mob tough guy who sees the future, but you're like, I feel for you, bro. I do. Like those crying eyes. I see it there.
He's a really good actor. I think he got typecast in a bunch of like screwball comedy stuff. And also because of his personal problems, he's gotten to so much debt, he would take such crappy jobs just to pay.
Yeah.
And then,
I I like to illustrate it this way. I compare it like Freddie Prinze Jr. versus Leonardo DiCaprio, right? So both of them came up as teen heartthrobs in the same time, right?
Yeah.
But DiCaprio's like, I'm gonna go and do The Beach. This is a fucked up movie about doing drugs and fucking other people's wives and dealing with drug dealers and shit. And then I'm gonna go do well, actually before then, like I'm gonna go do Basketball Diaries, where a guy's gonna blow me in a fucking public bathroom because I need heroin, right? And then Freddie Prinze Jr. is like, I'm gonna go be friends, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And now Freddie Prinze Jr., to his credit, did get to actually do voice work in Star Wars Clone War, not Clone Wars.
Rebels.
Do you watch his YouTube channel? He
Freddie
games.
Prinze Jr. has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he games on YouTube.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No
Huh?
shit. What the fuck?
Listen,
I'm gonna separate
Listen, I mean, like, yeah, granted, back in February, Jeff was like, who are we going to get for guests around New Year's? And I'm like, I don't know, fucking maybe Freddie Prinze Jr., maybe
Got a chance.
Lords of the Night. I don't know. But fuck me, really?
Thank you, Eddie Monster RC. I'm sorry my joke was an entire butt.
Yeah.
You're the butt of jokes, so he'll.
So, okay. So what else happened on the internet with some of you guys? What did you guys end up doing?
Yeah, Monkey Satsu.
I pissed off a feminist,
Oh, that's tough.
and her whole tribe came at me because they were upset because I suggested the Violence Against Women Act was just a way to shut women up.
Oh, we're gonna put out this act just to placate you. Is that what it is?
Well, yeah, and I mean, it didn't do a whole lot. I mean, it threw some money at some things, and it made beating your wife a little more. It made it more of a crime if you'd already beat her before.
Oh my god!
More challenging. Basically, VAWA was domestic abuse DLC.
Yes, exactly. That is a perfect way of putting it. But they got mad at me because I said, you know, the Congress just let it expire, guys. I'm like, look, it's still illegal to beat women and to kill women, and they got mad at me for that because
they got mad because he pointed that out.
But hang on, have the women's right, those fragile women's, have they suddenly been denied the ability to take out restraining orders against sometimes strangers? Just because they decided to come up with something.
So there is an argument to be made because there was a Supreme Court ruling back in 2005, I think it was, that basically said that law enforcement agencies are not responsible if a crime takes place and they are unable to stop it or intervene. So if in a situation where, like, let's say a woman calls the police and says, you know, that somebody's coming to my house and they're going to rape me, or that my husband is going to do X, Y, Z, and then he does, or then something does happen. If the police don't get there in time, or if they don't respond immediately, they're not necessarily legally liable for any fallout from that. So, I mean, it is a little bit abstract, but they do have an argument against the idea that there are some instances where they don't necessarily have the same expectation of protection or expectation of defense if something comes up in the
Let me tell you about the one lady who blocked me over this shit.
Okay.
She actually claimed that violence against women is a form of discrimination. And to prove this, she said women get killed all the time. Like, okay.
Everyone gets killed all the time. It's what we're good at doing. Getting killed. We do it all the time.
Yeah, men are victims of murder, I think, in the far higher percentage.
It's about 4 to 1. And I pointed that out to her. Mm-hmm. And she blocked me and called me a troll because I used statistics that weren't relative to the argument.
Right, for what it's worth.
Bitch, what are you talking about?
For what's worth, I get a lot of shit anytime like I cheer at the extinction of VAWA. And the reason I cheer the extinction of VAWA, though, is because in addition to like the criminal shit, right? Like I bitched a lot on the internet about the family court.
Yes.
And with good fucking reason, because what a lot of people don't understand is that under the Violence Against Women's Act and also the Child Support Enforcement Act in 1994 or 5, basically these tort law courts, these courts who are not criminal courts, they live up to the expectation of evidence of preponderance of evidence, which means, how's that sound to you? Sounds good to me. Well, they get to exact criminal penalties against people. They can put people in jail. They can restrict your basic, fundamental, not just constitutional rights, but human rights sometimes. All because in the 90s, a bunch of feminists were able to convince Congress that they, in their strength and virility, needed to be extra protected.
Well, this is why we need the Equal Rights Amendment to be passed. The ERA needs to be passed so that there's no more legal distinctions between the sexes. That's what I say.
So yeah. I've been struggling with something actually for a while now. It's been actually weighing on my heart quite a bit. So as you guys know, well, yeah, that too. Yeah, no. Hang on. If we're gonna be honest, we have to give it its proper name. Crippling alcoholism.
Oh, sorry, pardon me. Well, Monkey knows about half of that problem.
Still walk. What are you talking about?
You're being ableist right now, but it's still...
I'm a cripple, and you're being a little ableist right now.
Yeah, like, oh my god.
Seriously? No, so there's something that's been weighing on me for a really long time. So as you guys know, I moved away from anti-social justice content, went into pseudoscience. I'm happy that I did, but there was something that I left behind. I left behind something, and it really makes me upset. I had this video idea. Yeah, that too. I had this idea. Of a video. And what I wanted to do, it was going to be a character-driven video where I dressed up and I did like a little temporary streak of color in my hair. Hello, I'm Woke Benjamin. Welcome to my show. I want to tell you all about the proper way to applaud someone at a speaking engagement. So as everybody knows, we cannot clap. Clap is too abrasive. It is too abrasive. And if you clap, that is violence. So instead, some people thought that we should snap our fingers, but that also is too kinetic. It's far too kinetic. You can't do that. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. So others decided that they would do jazz hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Now that is not acceptable either, because still we are agitating the air, and that is too abrasive to show that you have consented to the performance. That's the most important word, consent. Because the whole thing about a speaking engagement is that you have to consent that you accept that they are talking. So what's most important, this is how you show your appreciation for a speaking engagement. You remain completely silent. And that's why the name of this video is Silence is Consent.
Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Oh wait, I clapped. Oh shit.
I never got a chance to actually make that video before I decided I had to put all that behind me, and I'm really upset about it.
That is fucking beautiful.
Well, you should make the video and release it on some like unknown channel somewhere, and don't advertise it, and just see what happens.
No, you know what? Just give it to Sinatra.
I'm just
Sinatra.
Yeah, I'm just giving it out there. If somebody else wants to make that video, you're welcome. Like, it's all yours.
Here's the problem though too, and that was a real like issue with the like, what about people who are more sensitive than I am kind of set on college. Everyone forgets that on college you're supposed to just do the Irish toast.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole be quiet thing. I just did a video, a TEDx talk of all things, where halfway through the video, she's talking about what we really need to do is listen. So for the next 30 seconds, I'd like everyone to just remain silent. And so there's a 30-second gap in this TEDx talk, but she's just standing there. And
that's not listening if nobody's talking.
Well, the other thing too is that she goes through the whole talk up to that point, and she says, "Okay, now I'd like everyone to be completely silent." And I'm like they have been the entire talk to this point. Do you mean? Because they had like nobody's even clapping or like agreeing or anything.
All of those interruptions in TED Talks.
Yeah, so it's like 30 seconds of stand. I'm like, this is the most bizarre TED. I mean, I've seen a lot of TED Talks. This is probably the most bizarre portion of one I've ever seen. It's like
my favorite part of TED Talks is when you know they're trying to tell a joke and they wait for applause and laughter.
Yes.
None.
Oh yes. I always drop in the Jeb Bush, please clap. You know, we know that kind of shit happens.
Yes.
Now, you know what we need Sam Hyde to create a new character. Or maybe just use the old one, because those people have the memories of goldfish. And and he can just show up and be like, everybody, this is my TED Talk, but I'm going to communicate it to you psychically. And if you can't pick it up, it's because you're a racist.
Thank you, James Colley. Let Hemlock Moonwolf do it.
Oh no! Oh my God! That would. I mean, it's not impossible to try and work that in. Like, greetings, star children. I wanted to talk to you about the proper way to show consent to it. Fucking yeah, no, I know I'm good. We'll figure it out.
Actually, what you should do is just start Jeff Talks, where you get like these big like red letters for Jeff Talks, and then you like stand in a red circle and you go off on some topic for like 5 minutes and just make that its own series. And then you can do, maybe occasionally sprinkle it with SJW stuff or otherwise that you have on your chest, just all types of things.
I mean, I've definitely considered like just making the video and then like hitting up every anti-SJW like YouTuber and be like, you can just have this. I can't have it anywhere near me, but I know I made it, but I can't have it anywhere near me. You just do whatever you want with it. It'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
So did everybody go ahead.
Real quick, William Savage says, the Fox, Saints, and Lords of the Night love you all. Thank you, William Savage.
I love you back.
Yeah.
It's like a comic book crossover. We need our own like comic book cover now. Marvel 2-in-1.
It's like DC versus Marvel.
Oh, wait. Jeff, have you seen our comic book covers?
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds Grizz did a comic book cover for each one of us, and they are fucking excellent.
They're amazing. Grizz, our viewer, does these comic book covers and captured the whole essence of our avatars and the stream lore exceedingly well. It's amazing. I'm really
cool. Man.
Well, I didn't actually explain any of my Twitter shit because I haven't really been fucking around Twitter too much outside of sharing 90s nostalgia music the other night, which, by the way, Black Hole Sun will be a classic rock song next year. Well, in a week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, barbecuing a Barbie. Yeah.
Feel old, fuckers.
Yeah.
But
what classifies as a classic rock song?
25. It's the same as a car, 25 years.
25. Real? Wait, Black Hole Sun's gonna be 25 years old?
Yeah.
Oh no! You think that's fucked up? Soundgarden's first album came out 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's true. Jeff just saw through time.
Yeah, but actually, I wanted to offer this though. If you have not yet, because we've got roughly about 300 people here between us watching. Our dear friend, the third saint, Anahata Hearts, said I was King Gay tonight. And so for that alone, you should go and subscribe to her because my hair only looks as good as it does because of her.
That's true.
All right.
It's very true.
Thank you, Diesel Dave. Yeah, I'm off the skating rink and back on dry roads. Oh yeah, Diesel Dave the trucker.
Oh, dude.
Now we're getting some.
We're getting some echo there.
Christ.
Did you guys see that trans person throw a fit at GameStop?
I did finally watch that.
That was
Yeah.
so
Chris
silly.
Chan's at it again?
Was that what was that the lady who fought with Ben Shapiro on CNN? What was her name? I forget.
Oh,
Zoe something.
So it wasn't Zoe Quinn.
No, it wasn't Zoe Quinn. No, it was a trans woman.
Fuck.
Sent him home in a hospital or something. Like that.
I mean, Brianna Wu does belong in a hospital, but
no, this was a couple years ago. Like Ben Shapiro and a couple people were on with Dr. Drew, and he's sitting next to this translator. They're talking about stuff, and then Ben Shapiro brought up like genetics, and whoever that person was sitting next to him started like threatening him.
Oh yeah, threatened to kick his ass. I remember that.
Yeah, threatened to kick his ass. Oh, Zoe Tur. That's right, Zoe Tur. And
That's right.
that's who I thought it was for a moment because it kind of looked like her, but it wasn't. It's just some other person.
Okay, obviously she shouldn't have like threatened violence, but like I just still have to have some massive props to just lean over to Ben Shapiro and be like, listen here, you little fucking shit. Ass. Like,
no,
that's baller. That's
the best burn I think Ben Shapiro's I've ever seen against Ben Shapiro was when he called someone a cupcake, and then somebody else on Twitter decided to point out, everybody keep in mind that due to his size, to Ben Shapiro, a cupcake is like a regular cake.
That's true. So I've got a great one here. Dragon of the West says, "Hey guys, with the oh my god, Dragon, what the fuck? Stop smoking weed. Hey guys, with the your really added and what are some of the greatest regrets and some of the greatest moments of 2018 in your opinion. Also, most anticipated things for 2019. Me, The Expanse season 4, Orville season 2, the end game. So the basic gist of it is, what is the greatest moments of 2018? and the greatest regrets and what you're looking forward to in 2019. Let's start with Satsu.
Well, obviously, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is squishy baby 2 cents.
Concretia.
Little Concretia.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Little Concretia. She gonna be so adorable.
What was your greatest moment or your biggest regret in 2018 or both?
You know what? I don't know if I have any huge regrets in 2018 because this year for me was the year that I got shit done. That I stopped being a fucking idiot and a loser and not doing the things that I wanted to do. And I buckled down at the end of 2017 and was like, I'm going to get shit done this year. And I did this whole year. So
fuck yeah, dude.
I don't know. I don't know about that department, but what was the other one?
Greatest regrets or greatest moments?
Well, greatest moment was the day that I married this wonderful woman.
So you better say that, motherfucker. She's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She will rape you again if you don't
on
YouTube
YouTube.
that.
What about you, Nick?
Greatest moment of 2018, because 2018 mostly sucked for me. But and actually, this is and I told you about it, Jeff. But I'm pleased to announce that to all who are watching, your future Empress Quinn, my 10-year-old daughter, is a published writer as of this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the kid she wrote a 100-word short story for Halloween, spooky kind of creepypasta spooky story. And she didn't win the big competition, but she actually was recognized by the Young Writers Association and will have her story published in an anthology. It took me 29 years to be a published writer. My kid achieved it in 10. I'm happy to know that I'll be able to retire on her success.
Congratulations to her.
What are you looking forward to in 2019?
What am I looking forward to? Fuck me, dude. I'm supposed to release a whole big video, but I'm gonna build a school bus, and I'm gonna live in the school bus, and then I'm gonna come and visit you
Down by the river.
Down by the river. No, that's a van. I'm gonna live in a school bus down by the pond.
Down by the reservoir.
Especially when I forget to change the oil and it doesn't move anymore, and I'm like, well, this is my house, but I have Wi-Fi, so it's fine. But
all right. What about you, Monkey? Biggest regrets, greatest moments of 2018?
I'm not a regretful person. It doesn't apply. My greatest moment was holding my second granddaughter for the first time.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Anybody who watches this show, I gush over them all the time. So you should have known that was the fucking answer. Looking forward, I'm also not a planner. So my plan for 2019, my goal is 10,000 viewers over on 2 Cents Plus.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna make that fucking happen.
What about you, Scribe?
Greatest. Let's see. Well, I'll start with the greatest regret. Fallout 76.
Oh.
I tell you what, if there's one thing I regret the most of this year, it's spending full price on something that dropped by like 76% within about a month and a half of it coming out, and just how much I was looking forward to it. And I realize this sounds kind of petty, but honestly, not a whole lot horrible happened this year, or like choices that I made were awful. As far as greatest moment, it's a great moment that came from something awful, and that was regaining the sight in my right eye after having a stroke in it, which was worst thing. January, I went blind in one eye, and then and thankfully, because of a lot of things that lined up in my favor, medication otherwise, and my youth, which helped out a lot, I've basically, and I underscore the word basically, regained almost complete sight in it. So it's almost a push as far as that, but that whole thing happening and the support from my friends and my family and that whole situation was just, one of those things that sort of like, it reminds you of your mortality, but also reminds you about how fortunate you are. Real quick, Diesel Dave says, anyone know how fun it is to drive 75,000 pounds on ice? No, I don't. I'm glad I don't, but I'm glad you're safe, because that does not, I've seen ice road truckers, so I have, vicarious idea.
So what's your most anticipated thing for 2019 then, Scribe?
My most anticipated thing. For as much as I'm a format junkie and everything else, the only plan I have is just to sort of, be content and productive. God, I don't know. I guess just to continue to make some good videos, and I hope at some point. I don't know if it'll be this year. I mean, it's not a plan. I don't know this year, but I really like to meet my co-hosts in the real life. And
Oh, it's terrible. No,
yeah,
you don't want to do that. It's
it could be a major mistake for all I know. I mean, I don't know what Monkey's house life is like in reality, but
like all of a sudden you wake up and like your ID is gone and you apparently have a boat loan.
That would have to be Satsu because I'm too crippled to get away.
Ooh, nice.
Especially the black one.
It's a hypothetical, but that would be nice if that could be happening. Yeah.
Okay,
That racist joke just slid right past.
Actually,
I noticed it.
Let it happen.
Actually, on that note, though, actually, let's actually because Jeff has been trying to spin this idea to me more and more. There's an idea about a meetup thing in New Orleans, which is not just a fun town, but really cheap to go to if you're not going when big shit's happening.
I've been there a couple times. I was there right as the big oil tank, the platform blew up, so I had like some of the last clean shellfish before it all got polluted. Which was weird.
You gain superpowers if you eat food there now.
That's superpowers. That's what they call cancer. Yeah.
Well, I'll put it this way. Yeah, we're thinking about in April. I'll answer mine rather speedily. So my greatest moments 2018. In 2018, I had 4 consecutive days of normal bowel movements. My biggest regret in 2018 is that I did not have 5. However, my most anticipated for 2019 is in January. I'm going to Vegas. Nice. I'm excited about that. And real quick, Jay Reynolds, Jeff, I hope you and Blind Press come together to collaborate on something against these anti-vax fuckwits. Sounds amazing. 3-sided coin. I've been giving too much money to General McCarthy's Scribe over there, so here's some money, Jeff and Wiz. Well, thanks.
General McCarthy. What the fuck?
Wow.
I've been laid back tonight, guys.
You really have. I'm thinking it's the rye.
It must be the rye. It's Jack Daniel's rye that's done it.
The rye calms a man down. Eddie Monster says, I meant to say bunch of entire butts. It was a crossover joke because streams, but I guess I done goofed. I'm sorry I failed you. Daddies, please still love me. I'll wear the tutu if it helps. Please, please, please don't put me in the shed. Jables doesn't wash. Oh. Our moderator, Jables. Don't throw homie under the bus like that. Oh, my God.
Hey, you gonna play him like that? You gonna play him like that, huh?
And here's a good topical one. We can segue with this one. One Canuck says, none of us are going to talk about poor Pauly Shore and this shit he's been through.
Oh, God.
Pauly Shore's mom recently just passed away.
Oh, that's a dinosaur, whatever.
Yeah, and she was, I don't know if she was, maybe she was the owner, but I know she was at least in charge of or the manager of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And Pauly had been basically the manager of the Comedy Store for a long ass time. But his poor mom passed away. That's tough because Pauly Shore's a great dude.
Well, the last time I saw Pauly Shore was on Joe Rogan, and at least the clip that I saw, I don't know if he was playing something up or something, but he sounded like the most self-centered, bitter former Hollywood star that I'd ever really seen.
Oh,
really?
Have you ever seen Pauly Shore's Dead?
That sounds familiar. I think I've heard of it at least. Yeah,
it was a movie he produced, basically about him trying to fake his own suicide so he could escape himself.
Well, that sounds like Joaquin Phoenix stole that idea about 10 years.
Well, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix would have loved to have stole that idea, except his brother did it years earlier. My point is,
oh God,
oh shit, dude,
that was dark.
That is dark.
A little bit, yeah.
That's okay.
Man. And I thought Mosquito Coast was dark.
Actually, you know what? Can we actually just collectively come together though and actually celebrate the end of 2018, bringing us the return of Macaulay Culkin?
That was amazing. He's done the rounds. He was on Red Letter Media. He was on Angry Video Game Nerd. He did the
Google ads now.
I know. It's crazy.
He's completely gotten beyond his issues with his parents. I think it's actually like he's sobered up and now he's like, I'm old enough to where my parents can't take my money anymore. I should work again.
His face still looks like it's got some like muscle issues whenever he talks or smiles. Like there's something's quite.
Yeah, he looks a little bit like what's her name who played the wife in The West Wing there.
I saw Robin Wright. No. West Wing. No, I was thinking of House of Cards. Shit.
No, I mean Robin Wright's got some shit going on with her face too. But...
Yeah, whatever her name was. Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with your face?
It's like Tom Cruise in half of Vanilla Sky.
Oh yeah, but they got the latter half.
Oh.
Check Your Logic says Scribe Light knows about angry video game nerd. I've been watching AVGN since he was the angry Nintendo nerd before he had to change it because Nintendo put a legal action on him. When he did his Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde review, I was like, I so relate to that because I used to try to play that game and I kept hating it, but I loved the box art.
It's fascinating. Like the angry video game nerd is fascinating because the people who went and became copycats, that kind of invented like I don't know what you would call it, like the copycat syndrome on YouTube. Yeah. Because it was so successful, like all these people tried to copy what he was doing, and now people do that all the fucking time. Like,
that guy started an entire entertainment genre basically. I mean, all by his lonesome, and then you get things like the worst one I remember is Irate Gamer, Boys or Bows, whatever his name was.
Oh yeah,
and his Mutant Ninja Turtles review was a direct lift from AVGN, and I recognized that when I saw it because I'd seen AVGN first. I was like, "You cheater! You plagiarist!" And I just dismissed him and went back. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, are we speaking about? I mean, was this the origin of the bearded dude sits in front of the unabandoned toy collection and bitches about shit?
Well, I mean, at least James Rolfe at least had a character he was playing, and shush you. Yeah. Kind of. I mean, sort of. He just started with this genre of complaining about pop culture stuff and saying naughty words on the internet and making it entertaining, I guess. You know, that guy with the glasses kind of took off on that with the movies part of it and that whole.
I mean, I'll say for my part, if I could go back 10 or 12 or 15 years in time and jump on YouTube, I'd just fit a banana up my ass.
I mean, if I knew then what I know now about what it would have taken to actually get famous on YouTube, and then just how real. I mean, back then, I mean the market is just saturated now, but back then, if only I had known, I could have done so much stuff, but now it's just everybody's done it.
If I knew then what I knew now, I would have learned to be an electrician.
Yeah, well, Addy Monster says the whole butthole / entire butt joke stems from Lord of Night. Super Chat's not allowing me to say butthole without a space and a W. Oh, I get it. Okay. All right, subscribe. We're following your format. What's next on the Lords of Night format?
Well, at this point, we generally focus on viewer questions and/or comments, and we ask them to put plenty of
terrible idea.
We call them chat marks now because Satsu had a mind freeze a couple days ago and called question marks chat marks.
I had a moment of non-clarity.
Right, and so if somebody puts plenty of question marks after something, we know it's for us and not something that they're taking, not a conversation taking place in the chat, because our chat is its own Sim City community at this point that we really don't need to do much. They take care of themselves half the time.
That's basically the Saints Discord. Yeah.
You said this was a bad idea. Let me explain this to you. At 9:30, we start doing stories that they sent us. That takes us basically to 10. And then at 10:30, we take questions from them, which takes us to the end of the show. They are literally half of our fucking show.
Yeah, it's no, I hear what you're saying. You're reflecting. You're like, listen, I know how YouTube works. YouTube's biggest YouTuber, PewDiePie, what does he do? He relies on other people to give him content.
Indeed.
Doing that same thing.
And it works.
And we did it completely by accident.
Jeff, we've been working way too hard. I'm starting to think we need to get Addy Monster to do the OBS controls for the show, and we'll just leave it up to Discord.
Let's see. Jean-Pierre asks me, what's my favorite Corey Feldman movie and what's my favorite Kirk Douglas movie? The answers would be License to Drive and Paths of Glory.
Wait, what?
Wait.
My favorite Corey Feldman movie?
Corey Feldman movie.
Yeah,
Fuck.
License to Drive, and just because it's cheese as hell. And then Kirk Douglas would be Paths of Glory because it was Kubrick's movie with him, and it was great.
God damn,
I think it was Kubrick. What was it? I think Paths of Glory was Kubrick. Mark me on that.
Am I wrong for trying to like think of a Corey Haim movie that I can use as a joke?
Well, no, because they were together so often.
Yeah.
Not Goonies, man.
Oh, how the fuck is Goonies not your favorite?
Okay, well, if we're talking, okay, wait. Corey Feldman vehicle or Corey Feldman was
just said movie.
Well, no, Corey Feldman's an ensemble cast in that. There's so many people.
Now what the fuck are we getting into like Weinstein like territory here? I don't mean the rapey stuff. I mean the defining movies thing.
Well, I mean when I think of do you think of JFK as a Kevin Bacon movie?
I
No.
do now.
I mean, he was in it. Does that make it a Kevin Bacon movie? No. So
No, it was part of Goonies. Come on.
I know. Look, okay, this is the distinction I'm making. Goonies is still a great movie. It's better than License to Drive, but you're talking about like a movie where Corey Feldman is like at the center and he's like the star for the most part. Yeah.
I feel like you're reading more into his question than he asked.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling like at this point that given all the mental gymnastics that went on there, I could call that one Superman that one Superman movie. I could call that a Kevin Costner film.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's like, should I just let him die? Maybe. It's like, God, the worst Pac hint ever.
Did I not call it?
Yeah, there's Gerard Depardieu Morpheus.
Oh no, this is only the beginning.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are crazy.
You ever see My Father the Hero?
Now, given the fact that he has been accused of rape, and I would like to point out too, if you go to the YouTube Saints merch store, you will find one shirt, I believe, that says "Depar do it," but then there's another one that says no. But after we found out that he's like kind of a wine, he has lots of Weinstein moments, possibly. There's also another shirt that says "Depar don't."
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I don't think anybody actually has ordered either of those shirts, to be honest. That part, don't do it.
They're bright pink. You can be masculine in the 18th century and gay as Prince of Queens right now if you want.
Harvos Marvos asks, now that Hollywood has lost its creative spark with reboots and adaptations all we're getting, what would you actually like to see redone, movie or TV show?
I got it.
Sorry, what?
I said none.
You said none? Okay.
I am actually, it's something that I've been slowly writing because I am a screenwriter. I've written
La-di-da.
full-length screenplays. Oh no, it's the funnest type of like writing you can do. You try and write a fictional novel and you're like, wow, I need to explain shit. And you're like, wow, I can write a screenplay and just really be a lazy fuck. But I'm rewriting Strange Days.
I love Strange Days. That's one of my favorite movies.
So think about and think about this though, because you know the movie well enough. Think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Would an adaptation of Strange Days not fit better now than it did in the late 90s?
Oh, it was, I mean, plot-wise and everything, it was ahead of its time.
Racial conflict, cops murdering people, weird technology shit, everybody's high, the world is shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that flick.
Ray Fiennes. Holy shit.
Ray Fiennes before he was super famous and everything, and his whole Lenny Nero character and the development of that throughout the story is great. I love that flick. It's like modern cyberpunk, sort of like even low tech cyberpunk to a certain extent.
I will be honest. I'm only rewriting it because I want Tom Sizemore to be able to pay down all that student debt of his.
God. Did you see that video of him where he's like being interviewed while he's smoking crack? That was so sad.
Oh, the sex tape where he's like, "I'm a grower, not a shower, baby."
I loved Sizemore in True Romance and Natural Born Killers, and he was such a great actor. And then he just like completely exploded.
I love
Michael Madsen showed up and took all of his roles.
No shit. If I had to do a remake, I'd say Amy Schumer in The Flying Nun.
That'd be great.
Good night, everybody. Let's go.
No, seriously, if I could think of some oddball thing that they'd remake, take The Flying Nun, but put Amy Schumer in the what's her name role. I think she'd be perfect. Sally Fields is what Sally Fields.
In the Dan Aykroyd role? Wait, what?
No, it's Sally. But Amy Schumer and the Sally Fields did Dan.
Listen, I'm not saying Amy Schumer looks like Dan Aykroyd on a bad day. I just happen to say that.
You know what? I would watch Ice Pirates if they remade it and did it exactly like the original.
Yeah, exactly. With like a different actors. Oh,
Don't change any of the dialogue.
Chris Pratt in the lead role would be great.
No, stop. Time Bandits, except every role is played by Peter Dinklage.
Oh, yes.
Sort of like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, where he's just like different makeup and things.
Yeah. No. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Black Panther, except every role is played by Eddie Murphy. I am the next Harvey Weinstein, except I'm not going to rape you. Promise.
Eddie Murphy doing that should either show up on like Funny or Die or maybe the intro to the MTV Movie Awards or something. That'd be great.
Oh God, I can't get that idea out of my head, man. Fuck no.
I want an R-rated Puff the Magic Dragon remake with Jack Black voicing the dragon.
Didn't they just they did Pete's Dragon recently? That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure that was called The Desolation of Smog.
But it needs to be more in like the style of like Irvine Welsh, So instead of Puff the Magic Dragon, it's like he's actually actively trying to convince. Maybe wait, who would be a good drug addict actor?
Like young or old?
Either could work actually.
Nick Nolte.
Oh my God! No. Wait. No, we couldn't do Nick Nolte because he's all like super AA now. We need somebody young.
Rainn Wilson.
Yes. Okay. Right. And he sees Puff, voiced by Jack Black, but it's all about wacky crack adventures and him dealing with the horrifying repercussions of a deadly crack addiction.
Is that kind of like Happy?
Happy's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I got beat the same way I beat you. Yeah. Happy.
I'm into that.
Anna Mangold suggests Sean Penn for the Puff the Magic Dragon junkie.
Ooh.
He'd
really get into the role.
Enough to do it. Yeah.
I don't think we should let Sean Penn do it though, because he's such a character actor. He would actually literally smoke crack to get into the role, and we don't want Sean Penn to do that.
Oh, he'd fucking break into Fort Knox so he could crawl around on top of gold and call it his.
No. Oh, he would. He would. No, he totally would. And they'd be like, "Well, we got to let him do it. It's Sean Penn. He's a treasure.
He's a treasure.
He's a treasure.
Let's just give it to Chris Pine. He needs the work."
How many protests that you have to attend for a death penalty until you get away with like a federal crime?
Until you earn your get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
With this administration, probably.
Well, no
amount will do it.
No, not this administration.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's walk it back 3 years, and then
yeah. If in this administration, if you want like your penalty commuted, you need to write your petition in Cyrillic.
God damn.
Nice.
Ooh.
Right, I'm getting Ron Perlman up in this bitch.
It's got to slip a few what do the Russians use? Rubles? Rupees? Whatever the fuck they are.
Vodka.
Listen, Mr. Trump, you can trust my political advice. I replaced flat tire with piece of wood.
Somebody said they want to remake Lord of the Rings with Worski as Gollum.
Oh.
Can we just actually... No, hang on. Can we rewind that a bit? Can we just remake Requiem for a Dream with Worski as everyone?
Oh, God. That movie is a horror
ass
movie.
To ass, JF. Get on it.
Man, that movie is such a horror movie. It really is.
It's so good. It's so good.
But yeah,
what I love too is it's a fucking it's a line of demarcation too, because when you are watch that movie, like when you show that movie for the first time to your friends, and they sit there and like, that was a really good movie, I want to go cry a lot in private.
Sure you kill yourself.
Yeah. It's people like, fuck that movie. Like, why? It made you feel something. And when's the last time that happened?
Yeah, that's what I don't really like about a lot of the Hollywood stuff lately, especially remakes, is that if you're going to remake something, at least like take a risk with it. Do something different. Don't just like rehash the same shit, which I know is the safe thing to do for the box office return. But if you're going to take something old, put put a spin on it or give us something we haven't seen before. But it's always the same crap over and over again.
Here's a good question. Here's a tough question. And I'm just gonna ask it to you guys and see if you can answer. What can you name a genuinely good remake or reboot that isn't naturally Colin Farrell?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And
True
it's
Grit. True Grit. I mean, at least as far as recent things go, is probably the best remake that I can think of. There was another one. I'll think about it while you talk.
Right. No, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'm gonna go with The Force Awakens.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Best remake ever.
You just wanted to make my fucking penis invert, didn't you?
John Carpenter's The Thing. That was the other one. That's one that's a classic because that is a remake and it's fucking awesome.
Wait, hang on. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Well,
so not
yeah.
the remake or the prequel.
No, not the prequel bullshit where they replaced the practical effects with CGI. I mean, of all the script and the plot and the characters, there were too many fucking characters in that movie. But the one cardinal sin of that movie is the producers looked at the practical effects they put together, and you can see some behind the scenes stuff before they added in the CGI to see what it looked like. It looked great, but the producers like, oh no, people are going to think that's fake. So they had CGI over everything. It's like,
right,
fuck you.
Dude. That's actually the worst part about it too, is because like almost, I don't know if it was all of them, but it was
a lot of them were enhanced at least. Yeah,
most of them were actually done with practical effects, and they made the decision. The studio made the decision to replace them with CGI.
Yeah, I mean if you watch the behind the scenes of the original Thing on the DVD, where they talk about Rob Bottin and all the work he did in that stuff to make it still hold up today. The artistry and the effort that goes into that, and to just delete it like it's a fucking JPEG on your desktop with these producers guys. I mean, of all the things they could have done in that movie, which wasn't that great of a movie, but of the biggest sin they did was just fuck that up. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I could go on.
Dude, I mean, body horror is like one of my favorite things in the world. Like, I'm a big Cronenberg fan. You know?
Yeah.
And so I mean, that stuff that shit bothers me. Like,
Videodrome and The Fly. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Real quick, Monkey, check your Twitter or your DMs or something. Rich at Art said he did some fan art that he sent to us, but I ain't got it. I've been
have it in
twice to look.
Yeah, I have it in my DMs. I'll send it to you, bud.
Enemy Moon says, in all seriousness, guys, considering the New Year's bit, I want to give my New Year's resolution here. My resolution is to start my own hobby shop that rents out an airbrush booth and 3D printer for use by hobbyists and children, also models and tabletop games. Fuck yeah, dude.
Cool.
That sounds like
That sounds awesome.
That's neat.
yeah.
I'm just gonna add to my question. I think the best reboot in the last 10 years or so was probably when they remade E.T. and called it Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
I thought you were gonna say Mac and Me.
No.
Well, hang on. What was the one about the little flying robot?
You got batteries not included.
Batteries not included.
No. That was the original one, but then they remade one that was supposed to be found footage.
I know what you're talking about.
Echo.
Oh, Echo.
I enjoyed that film actually. Echo.
Remakes. Cree says in the chat, 310 to Yuma. I just watched that last week. I got that in my library. I watched that.
It's not bad.
It's really good. Yeah.
My friend, my good friend and soon-to-be guest on the show, was actually in that.
Oh.
Yeah, and it turns out that Russell Crowe is quite the man to be around.
I can
no dull
imagine.
moments.
I can only imagine. Yeah, especially with like Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. Have they done any other movies together? I don't think so.
Well, Christian Bale actually. Here's a funny thing. Christian Bale got a really nasty reputation as an actor when it came out. Like he was screaming at people on
Terminator Salvation.
Terminator. Yeah, no. Actually, no. Having been on film sets and done that, like it really does fuck with you if you've had to do a scene 14 times.
Yeah. And
then some dickhead who knows he's supposed to stay put and not fuck with the lighting decides he's just going to go and fuck around with something because he's union and no one can tell him otherwise.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I can empathize to a certain extent, and just to expose my nerdiness, I used to, for quite a while, do LARP of things, but I did it with a group that was really into like actually acting and telling stories and stuff. And if people were like really into a scene or the mojo was really kicking, and then some idiot would walk in and say, duh, you get really mad real quick. Did you break something, Jeff?
No, I don't. I don't think so. But it sounded like I fucking did. Holy shit!
Put a hole in your
About right.
ceiling or something?
Waiting for a fucking lighting rig to fall down on Jeff's head.
I swear to
guys,
God.
we are at the usual end of our stream. We do a 2-hour flat, and then we kind of go. So I don't know what you guys want to do elsewise.
Okay,
No, we're gonna keep going.
well-
No, listen. I say that we keep this stream going until 2019 is a reality.
All right. So this is my idea. Is since I think we can only pipe in audio universally through mine.
Mhm.
Is that if you guys end up wanting to do like the end of Lords of the Night, if you guys want to stick around, you totally can, and we'll finish out like the crazy Japanese stuff that our buddy Larry has sent to us. Then we can just migrate over here and we'll run through that. But if otherwise, like me and Nick, we're gonna do it one way or the other.
Sure.
So.
Well, I
Let's
know
go
that
do
Monkey,
the
Monkey
gay
and
stuff.
Monkey and Satsu got their gaming stream to do, and I know that after my day, I'm about maybe half an hour away from falling asleep. So I think
Share my screen real quick, Scribe. I want to
Okay,
show
I will
everybody
share
the
your
thing.
screen. All
Oh
right,
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go. That's you. I think-
Yeah, that's what Rich at Art drew.
Oh, Rich is.
Oh, that's
Rich is
cool.
better at that.
That's awesome.
Fucking Mecha Satsu.
Make a
I'm just looking at that shit and it makes me really like think, hey, I should do more than just pay for a Planet Fitness membership. I should
Yeah.
Well, at least on behalf of the Lords of the Night, guys, thank you so much for doing this with us. I mean, complete surprise and really nice to have this weird, once in a lifetime sort of crossover deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad we figured this out back in March.
All this
Did you catch that once in a lifetime? He's like, y'all ain't coming back.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. You know, if it happens again, that'd be great. Whatever.
Come back tomorrow, guys.
I'm super down, and you know, I've been watching you guys for a long ass time. I've just been lurking in the shadows with my cock wrapped around in electrical tape, while watching you. So it was really nice to get a chance to not only just be on the show, but we just do like this big, ridiculous fucking event. It was wonderful, and I love all three of you. You're fucking great. So happy New Year to you. All right.
I love you
Yes.
too.
Well, don't forget to send everybody who's interested over to our gaming channel because we will be doing a giveaway tonight. And we'll be playing 7 Days to Die. God knows where we're going to end up because Monkey didn't pick a seed. So
I gave you a seed in chat earlier. By the way, that is the number 2, the word sense plus altogether. Come watch.
Ooh.
That would be actually really fair because right now, like we started out and we were at like a 40 to 50 viewer deficit, and right now we are neck and neck, almost neck and neck. I hate all of you who abandon us.
Yeah, once we're done dicking around here for probably another half an hour, we'll throw everybody towards you guys' gaming stream. It'll be great.
All right,
Love you guys.
and then I'll go and play Conan Exiles for a whopping 3 people.
Thank you, James Colley. Scribe is going to blow a gasket. The time is long. Yeah, well, like I say, I think everybody who knows my demeanor and such would say that I've been relatively laid back tonight.
You've been very good tonight.
Otherwise, so that being the case, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. As you always do, you guys are the best audience on the internet. Oh, and also thank you, Addy Monster RC. I also assume that the YouTube Saints audience is a sort of like
They're not bad.
They're the Elseworlds audience, where they're also awesome in their own universe.
Oh,
You know, because this was a crossover. This is a DC Marvel kind of thing.
I would.
We're
Yeah,
blowing
honestly,
minds.
too, I would say in terms of them living in their own universe, that is a very fair way to put it.
There you go. Thank you, moderators, for keeping an eye on things, even though our collective audiences are probably the best behaved on the internet. And everyone who donated, thank you so much for your generosity. Like I say, I never have the words to tell you how much I appreciate it. Remember, guys, the link to the YouTube Saints channel is in the description. So if you want to go watch these two guys do some other crazy stuff here in a minute,
Light it up, Jeff. Light it up, Jeff. Light it up, Jeff. Light it up. Light it up, Jeff. Jeff, light it up.
never go full Worski. So you can follow that link over to their show. Over on 2 Cents Plus, Monkey and Sats will be fighting zombies shortly and giving away games. And also remember, tomorrow night at the usual time over on Monkey's channel, we will be back again with Lords of the Night. Otherwise, anything else to mention and or plug before we split ski?
That's
Nah,
it.
bruh.
let me start off. I'm actually gonna say I can't fucking believe we've done 2 hours because that was so much fucking fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to do this again in the relatively near future. This was great. Everyone, thank you for joining us. As always, your lives make us sad, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Malahu
Bye, guys.
Akbar.
Fuck off, you assholes.
Why you gotta be like that?
Jeff, are we still live? Can we get rid of these fucking people now?
Yeah.
Everyone, today's secret word is lavender vodka.
Oh,
That's not a word.
Today's secret